I'm at Balmoral Driving Test Centre to give you a look at what a realistic driving test looks like in Northern Ireland. And with Northern Ireland's top driving instructor from the top driving school, this is Peter from NI Driving School. If anybody is going to be able to show me what it's like here, this guy is. So we're going to take a mock test and I'm going to drive in my usual style as an English driver. You're going to tell me all of the things that I need to know, all of the things that I need to do to take a driving test here. And I know that Northern Ireland is massively underserved for video content, which is the whole reason I'm here. So let's start the driving test off the proper way. Take me into the test centre, show me what they do. We'll come back to the car, we can take the questions, and then you can show me around the driving test route.
Let's go. So what we normally do is we'll stand somewhere like this and we'll wait for the examiners to come out. Now the examiners can come out from there or over here. They'll come out, they'll have their fluorescent jackets on, they'll have their clipboards or now iPads, and they'll come and take your details off your license. So they'll check your name, your driving license, and you'll read a declaration that says your car's insured and taxed, and then away you go, okay? They'll also ask, do you want your instructor to come with you? And it's a yes or no. Your instructor normally tells you beforehand.
It's a very official looking building. What's all of this?
Yeah, most test centres, this is the biggest one. Most test centres are very, very similar to this in Northern Ireland.
Because it's dual use. It's not just driving tests, there's a whole bunch
of stuff going on. It's an MOT centre as well, so everything now is done online, so there's no, you can't go up and see anybody. Once we've done this, we head out. We come out and then we have to do our licence plate. What they'll do here is officially they'll walk you down here. We'll stand on this bit of footpath and then we'll read one of the car licence plates.
FE15GHJ.
So Francis, before we get started, what we're going to do is we're going to pop the bonnet in this car.
Okay.
We're going to go through a few things, okay?
Just so you can show me this.
So yeah, we'll just show you and just test your experience driving instructing knowledge.
Beautiful Audi.
So if you put your hand in now, in the middle, there's like a wee lever you're going to lift up. Perfect, and it just stays up in this car, okay?
Oh, fancy.
Fancy it in the Fiat,
Very fancy.
So, simple questions that they would ask in this car is, where would you put the water for your window wipers?
Ah, we used to have that question, but
yes.
they took it off. The window wipers, washers, fluid is here.
Perfect, right, okay. How would you test that there's enough oil in the engine without touching it?
Okay, so I'm going to remove the dipstick, wipe it clean, dip it in, and then check the levels in between the marked area on the dipstick, replace it.
Perfect, right, so say it needed a wee bit more, a wee bit of a top up, how would you top the oil up?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Oh, they would never ask that question. There, open the cap, and then fill up however much I needed extra.
Perfect, right.
Probably with a funnel.
Okay.
So I didn't get it everywhere.
Yes, good, well, where would you put your brake fluid?
Brake fluid.
Brake fluid, good question, brake fluid.
Brake fluid goes here. It's always in this bottle, whatever car you're in, because that's the sign, universal sign for brakes. I'll open it up, put some brake fluid in, or if I just wanted to check it, I'll find the minimum and maximum marks and then check how much I've got with that.
Your wee symbol for your brakes,
yeah.
Right? I always think of it like a wee wheel with two brackets either side.
That's
and
the
it sort of clamps it, doesn't it? It looks like it clamps it.
Yes.
Now, coolant, where would you put your coolant in this car?
Engine coolant goes in here. Do they not ask you how to check it?
Yes, we'll ask you now, yeah.
So that's where your coolant goes.
Yes. How do you know there's enough in your coolant?
So you're going to check that there's any minimum and maximum, and it needs to be between those levels. It's currently way above maximum, but we only check that when it's cold because liquid expands.
Now here's a question you probably don't get in England, right? This is an important one. How do you check your flux capacitor?
Do we go back to
you have to go back
1988?
You have to go back to the future to find that one. Right, let's get going, yeah?
Okay.
We're going to start off with a few safety questions.
Oh, we haven't done that already?
Yeah, well, we looked under the bonnet, but you can look under the bonnet and you can do safety questions too.
Ooh.
What is the minimum tire depth allowed by law?
1.6 millimetres. Is it not?
Perfect, it is.
Okay, what is it different here?
Panic set in there all of a sudden, right, Brent, well done.
So how many questions do you get before you start your driving test?
The way it works is we can have a couple of questions where we pop the bonnet like we just done.
Two?
Yeah, and we can have two questions out there. Or if it's raining, let's be honest, and it rains a wee bit in Northern Ireland, just a wee bit. The odd time when it rains, we have to come into the car and they can ask us two safety questions, okay?
So you get two questions before you start your driving test.
So two safety questions. Here's another one. What would be the first indicator that there was a problem with your brakes today before we moved off.
Oh, we asked that question slightly
Oh,
differently.
right, okay.
So I'm going to test the brakes and they shouldn't feel spongy or slack, and then when I move off, I'll test them again and the car shouldn't pull to one side, is the answer for the English question.
Okay, so what we would say here in Northern Ireland is there'd be a light in the dashboard.
Ah,
Yeah, because think about it, if there's a problem with your brakes,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a light on the dashboard. That's the first indicator. We don't
Interesting.
need to touch the brakes, we just know that obviously a light will come on.
are you going to take me on a real test route?
I'm going to take you on a real test route. We're going to go through. We may stop it sometimes and we just talk about different issues.
Let's do it.
But we're going to go out and I'm going to put you to the test.
Please do.
Let me see your best driving.
This is
okay?
my best-
No pressure.
My best English driving.
Best English driving. Let's rock and roll. I'm going to talk you through a few wee things as we go. So when you're ready, drive out. We're going to head out the gates. We're going to turn left. Now, one of the things here that we're going to be doing, when we come out these gates at Boucher Road, this is a 30-mile-an-hour road and it's a one-way street.
Uh-huh.
We've got to make sure not to make any cars slow down, stop or swerve. Now, why am I telling you this? One, it's really hard to see as we come out here,
Yes.
but also there is a tendency of people to speed down this road. Okay? So if you're coming down and someone's driving at 50 miles an hour and you're coming down here and you build your speed, you come out, you build your speed up to 30
Yes.
and they still overtake you, you could fail your driving test because of that, because
Yeah.
that car's still slowing down or swerving.
Uh-huh.
Now at the end of this road, we're going to turn left then, please.
That's a cheeky one because yes, you can't see anything,
Yes.
which is a really bad way to start your driving test because A, you're nervous, B, the examiners, just watching you and thinking, how safe is he? They're making their first assessment on how safe they are based on your first junction, which is on a completely blind exit to the driving test centre. That's a mean one right
Yeah.
there.
Now, Francis, just before we've stopped here, I've
Go on.
noticed you put the car into neutral.
Yes.
Before you put your handbrake on.
Before I put my
So
handbrake
put your
on.
handbrake on.
When am I putting my handbrake
So
on?
put your handbrake on now, right?
Yeah.
And then the car should be in neutral. Okay. Do you know why that is?
I don't know why I'm putting my handbrake on at
Well,
all.
handbrake on if you're sitting longer than 8 to 10 seconds, which we are. Okay.
Is that a rule over here?
Yeah, well, it's not a rule. It's sort of just a general rule, shall we say. If you're sitting longer than 8 to 10 seconds on your driving test, you put your handbrake on. Okay.
Question, if I'm on a driving test and I sit in this configuration, first
Yes.
gear, handbrake off, and I've got my foot on the clutch and foot brake, am I getting marked down for it?
You're not getting marked down, but if you're sitting for long periods of time, what can happen with your foot on the clutch? Get tired.
Okay,
Yeah. Slip off the clutch.
Yes.
Car's in gear. What's going to happen?
then I'll lurch forward. But if my foot doesn't get tied, am I losing
Yes.
marks for that?
No.
It's not
It's a fine line here of how long you're sitting for.
This car is ridiculously smooth. This is the Audi A4?
This is the Audi A3.
A3.
A3 Saloon. 1.6, 105 brake
This
horsepower.
car's incredible.
It's got 160,000 miles on it, and it's like new. Now, at the end of this road, we're going to turn left, please, okay?
No
So
problem.
at the traffic lights, we're turning left.
So I'm doing my mirror, then signal, then positioning, then speed, and then look. Interesting that there's a giveaway line just after this traffic light stop line. So
Yes.
I need to give way as well as realise that my light's on green.
Yes, that's correct.
I
So,
bet a lot of people fail their test for this.
not necessarily.
'Cause you go
no.
across, you're not looking, you're not looking, you're not
This
looking.
area here would be a very, Stockman's Lane's a very, very busy area. Most of the time, that's a wee bit quieter today, but it can be a very, very busy area. So
Okay.
yes, you've got to always come up that giveaway line and have that extra wee look. So
okay.
coming here, one of my favourite parts, and one of the things that people forget, and we maybe forget about this because we've been driving for quite some time now, shall we say, the hill start. Sometimes people can get caught in the hill start. Now, you see this big box junction?
Yes.
Make sure that when you're going through that set of lights that there's enough space from the car in front
Definitely.
and you're not getting stopped in that box junction. But here is the notorious hill start that all learners worry about. Now we're at the bottom of the hill.
So I got
So
lucky.
that's grand. So you got lucky, yeah. You know, when we bring someone up for their driving test, they gotta be ready. Again, we're checking their tail mirror and their right mirror, the two lanes merge into one. And I'd
Yes.
like you to take the first road on our right here, just after these lights here.
Tell me about your driving school.
Well, NI Driving School. NI Driving School is the #1 driving school in the country. We teach, hopefully, more people than any other driving school to drive each year. And we want to get you through the driving test as quick as possible. But you have to be ready for it. We want to make you as safe as possible. At the end of the day, this is about safety, about helping people learn how to drive in the most efficient manner, but also being super safe. We want you to be out on that road and to be safe and to enjoy your time while you're learning as well. So we want to get you through it. We don't care if it takes you 5 lessons or 105, because at the end of the day, we'll still be teaching somebody.
And is it because of your reputation why you're the top driving school in NI?
It's because we've always tried to focus on delivering people's goals to them as quick as possible, and focused on giving the best possible knowledge in every single lesson, and having a great structured lesson as well, I believe, is key. You should never be getting into a car and just going for a drive. Now, Francis, we're in this area. This is called Harbordon. Okay?
Really nice.
It's a lovely, lovely area, and we do multiple manoeuvres in this area, and I'm going to take you to a spot today where we're going to, hopefully, if it's clear, we're going to do a turn on the road manoeuvre, which you don't, I believe, have over in England. Is that correct?
That. He's not been on the driving test for 4 or 5 years.
If we could just pull in and stop here on the left-hand side, if you just watch out for the wee driveways there for us.
Oh, is that the instruction they give?
Yes, that's exactly
the wording that they'll give in your driving test?
So what they'll say is, I'd like you to pull up and stop on the left-hand side at a convenient spot. This is a typical area where, for many years, we've done the turn and road manoeuvre, also known to everybody as a three-point turn.
It's bloody narrow.
Yeah, it's narrow, and what we have here is we have the camber on the road, the steep camber, and we have the high curbs too. Okay. And Francis is in a new car here today, and
it's long.
So it's slightly longer than the Fiat or the Bath 500, shall we say? Not the Fiat. Okay. So it's slightly bigger. So we're going to put you to the test here today. Definitely. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to step in. I'm going to step in the instructor role here, or not instructor, sorry, examiner role.
Yes.
And we're going to let you go for it, and we'll see how you get on after. So what I'm going to say to you is now, in the serious peak mode. Okay. Okay, what I'd like you to do now, Francis, is I'd like you to turn the car around to face the opposite way, okay?
Just for information, while I'm doing this, tell me what would be a fail on a driving test.
What would be a fail on this manoeuvre?
In this manoeuvre, yes.
Observation. Control and observation.
Okay. So if I touch the curbs,
yep,
I can touch them, not smash them.
Oh, I wouldn't even like to touch them. I wouldn't even like to touch them, okay?
You can't do this in 3 points.
This can be done in 3. This can easily be done in 3 in this car. No, you can't dry steer.
Can't dry steer. That's a rule.
So dry steering was seen as a driving fault, and it was changed recently.
No, I can't do it in 3.
It's so close.
It's so close.
It's so close.
I don't want to risk it. If you don't get it done in 3, problem.
No, 5 is okay.
5 is okay. Okay.
7
is
a
no.
fail.
Got it.
Is a no. Okay. So what we're going to do is you should go on down the road here, Francis. We're going to pull in and stop on the left-hand side, and I'm going to talk you through some of the stuff we've just done there and what we've seen. Okay.
Mirror, signal, and I'm going to do
handbrake, neutral. Okay. Right. So let's talk about. You were asking me.
Okay.
On the turn and road manoeuvre, and that's why we call it the turn and road manoeuvre, because it's not 3. It's not 3. Okay, so it can be done in 5 if it's a bigger car and a tighter road. That's okay, which this is. 7, no good. Okay, so things we're looking for is control and observation.
Yes.
Okay, so observation. Before you moved off, did you check all 3 mirrors and your left shoulder blind spot and your right shoulder blind spot?
I would say yes.
Right. Okay, but there was a couple of other things.
Go for it.
When you're going back, maybe it used to be done in this thing. Where do you think is the most important place to look?
In the direction of travel.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? That's a good question.
Depends which way. Like that way?
Right.
Or that way?
Good, okay. Do you look at the mirror to go backwards?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's giving you too much of a narrow field of vision, where if you just look backwards, you see a lot more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's 2D. When you look round, you've got your 3D.
You've got your. That's a good saying.
You've got your peripheral vision. The great thing about over here is, and we always say this to drivers when they're learning, this is just a test to see that you're safe. You will learn how to drive after your driving test.
Yeah, and that's the
thing. But we want to make sure that when we let you go onto the roads, that you know, I'm happy that my wife and my children are out on them roads too. Are you up to the standard that I'm happy that you can share the roads with my wife and kids? That's the way which I think about returning left at the end of the road.
So do you think that it's a little bit overkill, or is it a good thing?
I think it's a good thing, to be honest. Yeah, you know, let's get you up to a really high standard, get you through your driving test, and then we'll take the next road on the left, and then when you go out, you'll get the experience. But we want you up to a good standard, and I think it's a basic standard. I don't even think it's a high standard. I think it's a basic standard that we're looking for here, and it's all about safety. If we could pull up and stop here on the left-hand side, for the reason I've stopped you here then,
go on.
Okay, we're going to a bit of independent driving.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a bit of independent driving. Now, normally what we'll do is we'll have our iPads in the back here, and we'll get our iPad out and we'll show you a a wee route, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to give you directions of exactly what you would do in the driving test. But if you forget it, you can ask me,
Okay.
and I will tell you those directions again. But what I can't tell you is which lane to be in.
Ah, okay.
So it's not a memory test. So don't worry, folks, if you are thinking about, I can't remember all those directions, you can ask. You can always ask.
Brilliant. What if I go the wrong way on an NI driving test?
Going off route, we call that, okay?
Yeah.
Going on, look, mistakes happen.
Yes.
It's a day of their test. Sometimes people are under a lot of pressure, usually because they put themselves under the pressure, or maybe the examiner doesn't give clear directions. Whatever reason happens, that's okay. They will just direct you back onto the route again.
Okay.
Okay? So
With
don't
no
worry about
faults
that.
given.
No faults given. Don't worry. If you go a wrong direction, it is what it is. Don't worry about it. Right now, at the top here, what's that saying?
Bus lane Monday to Friday, 7:30 till 9:30.
So
I
can't
don't
be
even
driving
need
it.
to- I don't even need to wait for that Audi to go past. I can just get
You
straight
do.
into
You
the bus.
do. Of course, you need to wait till it goes past.
Oh, really?
If he's driving down the road, does he need to indicate to move into the left-hand lane?
Yeah, definitely. You can change your lanes.
No.
Like that.
No, absolutely not. What's it say in the highway code about driving in the left lane?
We should always drive in the left lane.
Yeah, okay. The only time you're in the right lane is why?
For overtaking or turning right. But he was driving in the overtaking lane, so I can't just...
So you wait until he goes past and
Oh,
then you go out
interesting.
because it's all about being safe again.
Different in England.
But again, if you came out, right? So we're following the sign, sorry, for the outer ring. Newcastle, Bangor, Shaw's Bridge there in front of us, yeah?
Got it.
And we'll come back to that in a wee second.
One. I'm taking the third
This,
exit.
okay.
Third exit?
Yep, third exit just here, sorry.
this
Yep,
one?
yep.
Okay. No, there's a car on my left. Let's see if I can get past him. So he doesn't overtake, doesn't undertake me. Come
Yep.
on, 50, go!
He's
he
away.
smoked me.
Right, okay. So, to go back there, and that's a really good example of what happened there.
I wanted to move back, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
He was too close.
Yeah, we didn't get across quick enough coming off the roundabout. We couldn't get across in that left lane quick enough to
I
stop
got
that from
undertaken.
happening. And we got undertaken because we were going 30 and then we went into 50 and we were pushing on the speed, but he was impatient and went past us and
well
undertaken us,
quick,
okay?
yeah.
So what we want to do is be in that left lane as soon as we can coming off that roundabout.
Would you fall for that on an NI test? Same
You
as
know,
you would on an
we
English
we
test?
came around that roundabout, it's called the House of Sport, and what we want to do is we want to check our interior mirror and our left mirror and get into the left-hand lane as soon as we can.
Which
We
one
may
is
need
tail
to...
mirror?
Interior mirror,
Interior,
mirror and your left mirror, right?
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
want to get into that left-hand lane as soon as possible. Sometimes we may need to indicate, and we're not using the indication to move from the right lane into the left, we're using it to come off the roundabout
Yeah.
to get across into that left lane, and then that means that Golf could then drive around us in the right-hand lane, okay? So the idea is we can use our indicator in that case because we're coming off the roundabout, and that would have got us into the left lane sooner, and then we wouldn't have caused the hazard.
So we would get marked down for
You know,
being undertaken.
Again, it depends on the situation. You could be, yes, absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
Now are we driving a trucking car in front of us there?
Oh, is that you as well? Is that NI?
That's NI driving school, I believe.
Love it.
Outer ring A55. We're going to follow directions now for the outer ring A55. Now,
Love it.
what we're doing at this point here, we're still on our independent driving. And what I've just done there was told you to follow the signs for outer ring A55. I didn't say turn left or turn right.
Yes.
Okay, so this is still part of our independent driving. Okay.
It's still me making the decisions.
It's still you reading the signs and making the decisions,
Got it, got it.
absolutely.
So how long does your independent driving last for?
It's around 10-15 minutes,
Got
okay?
it.
So we're still technically on in. And a lot of times when you start your independent driving, people are always very nervous about this. Oh my goodness, my independent driving, I'm not very good at remembering. But you'll actually end up just doing it and forgetting about it. And you'll not even realise that you're doing it like we're doing now. If I hadn't brought that up, you would have just been following the road signs and getting on with it. Good, so we've
might
got a
overtake-
learner.
I
We've
might
got a
overtake
learner,
your
yeah,
man.
we may do.
Because he's not driving fast enough. And would I be expected to overtake?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. We
Okay.
make good progress.
If I'm on a driving test in England and I'm stuck behind someone driving too slowly, I'd be expected to make
Yeah,
progress too.
absolutely.
And then
Make
move
it
back in.
progress and hesitancy, yeah?
Yeah.
And again, another topic that we would teach, progress and hesitancy, making good progress. When it's safe to go on and to push on, we need to do and get there where we're going in a reasonable and safe, always safe
Got it.
time frame. So yeah, absolutely, it's great driving. Francis, you're doing really well.
Thanks.
With all the
Apart
sort of
from the manoeuvres.
apart from the manoeuvres and putting your handbrake, not putting your handbrake on,
Yeah.
when we sit for longer periods of time and going into neutral, and yeah, it's going okay.
What's it like getting a driving test over here?
Driving tests, it can really vary from test centre to test centre. There's about probably a month and a half, 2 months waiting list at the minute.
That's not
So
bad.
that's always been sort of average, to be honest, in Northern Ireland. It's always been in and around that sort of time. Now, it was a wee bit longer during COVID,
Yes.
but it sort of came back down again. We're going to follow the signs for Stranmillis here now, you see that sign there? So we're going to
Got it.
follow the roads, signs for Stranmillis at this point.
So have you heard about the problem with the driving tests in England?
Big waiting list. We've had a few phone calls recently about people wanting to come over from England
Yeah,
to
to
do the
take the
driving
driving
test here.
test.
Yes.
So if I had a learner who's on L plates and she can't get a driving test, can she come over and do one of yours in 2 months?
If you pull in here. Yes, I don't think it's as straightforward as that. But yes, if someone from England wants to try to get an earlier driving test and they want to phone in driving school,
That works.
and they can come over, it can be done. It can be done. But the problem with that is, and the issue with this is that test routes, knowing these test routes,
Yeah.
knowing where you're going, new surroundings,
New different
slightly
system.
different, yeah, slightly different system. So you've got to give yourself time.
Yo, this is a hack. So we're doing driving test holidays now. Phone me and I'm going to set you up in an Airbnb. We're going to hook you up with Peter. He's going to show you around, show you the Irish system of driving, NI system of driving, and then we're going to pass the driving test and we'll not have to wait 6 months.
Done. Just give us a call.
Yo, I just invented a new thing. We just hacked the driving test waiting system. Anyway, what are we parked here for?
Okay, so I've pulled you in here. Now, normally you'd be pulled in the road, but I've pulled you in here because at this point you'll be stopped along that road. They'll ask you to pull up and stop on the left-hand side, and we were talking. And we'll stop, and what they'll say to you is, okay, Francis, that's the end of your independent driving now.
Okay.
Okay? I'm just going to give you directions as normal.
Ah, nice. This car's so good, honestly. Why have I got on a bar 595? Didn't say that.
Because it pops and bangs.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, all our petrol heads, we love cars that pop and bang and have a wee, in the summer you can have your window down and you can hear the wee sound of the exhaust.
Yeah, that's right.
We know.
What's your dream car? Money's no object. You can just get a pass to any car ever invented.
I am so boring and probably so old now, but I think a Bentley Continental.
Okay,
A
smooth
Bentley
luxury.
smooth luxury, yeah. You know, I have a few friends who have Lamborghinis and stuff.
Wow, do you?
Yeah, and they're just hard work. They're just, and I don't want to be in a car, a Lamborghini or Ferrari or a Bugatti that's hard to drive. I don't want to be in a car that's hard to drive. I want something that's nice and easy, relaxing and comfortable. Turning left down here. Yeah. Going straight on.
Okay, second exit.
Second exit, please, at the roundabout. Just watching out for your friendly pedestrian.
Zebra crossings. So the road systems all work pretty much the same as they do in England.
Yes.
It shouldn't really take too much time to adapt to the system over here. If you
Yeah.
wanted to come here for a driving test, it shouldn't take too long to get used to it. And I could pass the test here. And then I could get a UK driving license and just completely, but this is blowing my mind. This is a
Yeah.
whole thing that no one's ever thought of.
Yeah, it's not just that, it is a bit more to it because you do have to come over. You're well going to have to spend time, and we can do semi-intensive courses as such, and you're going to have to spend time getting you around the test
Oh yeah,
routes.
if you've learned to
And-
drive in
and
London, you
yeah.
can't pass a test in Northern Ireland because it's different.
Yeah, we need a bit of time, a couple of hours in the car definitely to get things up to our standards.
Oh, do you reckon? Someone
and-
from London
yeah.
who's test ready,
Yeah.
you could get them up to standard in 2 hours.
A couple of hours, yeah, absolutely. Maybe a bit more than 2 hours, but yeah, we can arrange something and possibly do that, and then
Make a
get them-
package. Make this a package.
We'll make it a package. Check out our websites.
Yeah. Okay, so what else are the testers looking for?
They're really looking for safe drivers. People that you don't have to be the fastest driver. We're going to turn left at the bottom. We don't expect you to be the fastest and the best driver in the world. You know what I mean, when it comes to doing your driving test. And this is something I talk to pupils about all the time. What they do expect you to be is safe. You know, a lot of people say to me, Peter, why can I not move off a traffic light just as fast as the rest of the traffic? And I said, because you're just learning. It takes time. You know, all those people have passed their test and been driving for years.
Yeah.
That's why they can do that, and the time frame that they can do that. So you're going to be a wee bit slower, but when you pass your test and you practice, you'll get better at it.
Okay.
And that's really what the examiners are looking for. Look, we're not looking for the fastest drivers in the world or people who can necessarily move off a traffic light to go round roundabouts just as quick as everyone who's been driving for years, but we are looking for someone who's safe.
Safe.
Safety.
Don't
Safety first. Look, if you take your time a wee bit more, but you're safe,
Okay, got
then
it.
happy days.
And what are they like? If I've never taken a test here, I want to know what an examiner's like. Are they on the whole friendly?
Examiners
approachable?
are salt of the earth, down downright decent people. So
Yeah.
they are, you know, you don't become an examiner to give people bad news. Examiners are people, turn right here please.
Okay.
Examiners are people who love to give good news to people. They are passionate about road safety and making sure that you are up to a good standard before you're let out onto the road.
Yeah.
And I have the utmost respect for driving examiners. I think that they do.
You're on camera?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
They are people who govern our roads and make sure that no one's going onto the road without being safe. And it's like anything. Sometimes now, and let's be real here. Sometimes you may speak to an examiner and they may only give you a one-word answer, right? Yes or no or whatever, right? But here's the thing about it, right? They're only giving you a short answer because they want you to give you the best possible opportunity to pass your driving test. They want you to be focused. They don't want to distract you, yeah? And they're like, listen, okay, I'm not going to answer too much, or I am going to answer, but I'm going to keep it quite brief because I want you to have the best possible chance of passing this test and to stay focused on the subject. We don't want to be talking about the price of tea. Now, at the end of this road, we're going to turn left, followed by an immediate right, okay? And we're getting really close to the end of the test here, so we are.
Okay. And what's the end of test procedure? How will I know if I've passed?
Well, we'll tell you when we get back to the test centre.
Okay.
So we're going to take the next road here on our right.
Got it.
Okay. Now this is a really tight corner, and this can be a really, really busy road, a really busy area here. This is the Lisburn Road in Belfast, and it can be chaos. At the end here, just on the left-hand side here, we've got the back of the test centre. Okay. So we're going to turn left here. The gates will be shut, and we won't be able to get into it. But we're just going to come round. We're going to pull up here, and if you just go round here.
So normally these gates are open.
Yes, they have a wee buzzer. And they press a wee buzzer, electric buzzer here.
People can't get in this way.
Yeah, so we can't go in because we're driving instructors.
We haven't got a buzzer.
This is the test centre in front of us. You can see it in the camera here. We will drive down the left-hand side of the test centre. We'll pull up on the left side here where it says there's nearly a wee red sign saying ramp. And they'll stop you, and you'll put your handbrake on first, and you'll put the car into neutral, right? And then they'll ask you to turn the car off, and the moment you turn that car off, then the test is over. But it's not over until then. Also, here at the back of the test centre, if you've done that whole test route and you haven't done a manoeuvre, we've done the turn of road today, you may be asked to do a bay park here at these wee bay parking here at the back of the test centre, okay? But then they'll stop, and then they're going to give you your scores on the doors.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So at this point then, they will go through your driving faults, okay? What faults that you made, if any, of course. If you're with any driving school, you might not make any, so you may be gone. So we just put up here. So they will give you a breakdown. They'll say, do you want me to give you a debrief? And you'll say, yes, absolutely. Because remember this, and this is one of the key points about learning how to drive. The more knowledge you can take from this test, the better. You know, this is what it's all about. So whether the examiner says, okay, would you like me to tell you what you did wrong or what part of the test went today, you say absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll say, would you like your instructor to be present? Now your instructor might be in the back of the car anyway, or if your instructor stands outside, you can wave your instructor down.
Got
okay.
it.
So they'll go through and give you a breakdown of the different driving faults if you have any, and they'll tell you then whether you've passed or you failed. Okay, they're on the spot.
And if you failed, what's the process?
Now again, if it didn't go your way, you've got to think about, okay, it didn't go my way today. What did I learn from that? Okay, what can I take away from that driving test that's going to help me for the next time? And that's really what it's all about. It's always about learning and reevaluating. If you fail your driving test, everyone always fails on the one wee thing or that two wee things, okay? And they go, oh, I've learned from that, I'll not do that again. But the best way to guarantee that you're going to pass is to do more lessons, is to do more practice and to get better and better. Because going from not passing the driving test to getting booked in, even the next week, sometimes if you get a cancellation, you get rebooked in. But if you're not doing any lessons between that, how do you expect the result to be any different?
Okay.
You know, it's crazy how people think that doing the same thing over and over again is going to give a different result. You know, we have to reevaluate and do that now.
I guess people think they just got unlucky. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
But there's no such thing as getting unlucky in the driving. Because what happens if you get unlucky? Do you knock someone down? Are you in a car crash? You know, there's no such thing as luck in driving. We've got to make sure that we're ready and excited and focused.
This has been truly insightful. Thank you for your time. If you need driving lessons and you're over here, hit up NI Driving School. All the details are in the description. And I'm going to make driving test holidays a thing.
A thing?
We're
are.
setting this
We are
up.
indeed.
We're taking everyone who can't get a driving test in England and taking them over and bringing them to you, 100%. Because we could solve the backlog. If you need a driving test and you can't get one, let's come to Ireland.
I think we need to speak to EasyJet to get the flights arranged.
Yeah, we could even
and
do
we'll
a-
fly them over in airplanes. We'll-
A whole plane load of people to come and see you.
Absolutely.
This was great. Thank you, man.
Pleasure.
Okay, amazing. Now I know what the standard of driving is here. I'm going to be here all week and I'm going to go through loads of driving test routes and centres so that you guys can see what it's like to drive here, the different types of routes that you've got here from all of the different driving test centres. So if you've got your driving test, see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace and goodbye.